We are Dad and Rock, and this is Peacemaker Rewind. Tonight we are talking about episode 7 of Peacemaker called Stop Dragging My Heart Around. How do you like that pun?
I love them. I love how they tie into music. I love all the cheesiness. It fits right into us, really. It's
Yeah.
right down our line of cheese.
This is the penultimate episode of season 1 of Peacemaker. I'd imagine with how well Peacemaker did that they should be making it a season 2, you think?
I don't know. I wasn't sure if they went ahead and signed on for one already. But I'll tell you what, we'll know by the next episode. That's something we're going to look into, make sure we know before we drop the final episode. Honestly,
Yeah. Well, the last episode, maybe John Cena. We know, Peacemaker for sure, but maybe John Cena was playing the piano. Playing Home Sweet Home by Motley Crue. We actually mentioned that. And that's what this episode opens up with, except the full actual version.
yeah.
That will probably get busted with a copyright claim if we play it for you. But yeah, he's sitting. It's a flashback again. He's sitting with his brother. They're rocking out to Motley Crue, and yeah, putting up the devil horns
And tongue kissing girls.
We see the full scene of what happens as far as what happened to his brother. You and I suspected that his dad had more to do with that than Chris probably allowed to think that he did. But I mean, there was like a fighting ring, like they were fighting dogs or something.
Yeah, they're like cockfighting or dog fighting, and they're pitting them against each other. And they see nothing wrong. I'm guessing this is nowhere near the first time they've done it, because they walked in like champions. Like there was like a wrestling match happening in the backyard, and who's gonna win this one? And it's man, there's so many levels of messed up that's happening in this, and the boys have no clue because they're just reaching for their dad's approval. That's all they want.
But they're fighting. They've got like the whole neighborhood around them too. Whatever, the whole trailer park. They've all come out to watch this fight. They're all taking bets. They're all rooting him on. And Chris, he lands a punch on his brother Kyle. And that punch just happened to land the right way. I don't know if he like hit his head when he fell or whatever, but he killed him with one punch.
One shot. And let's watch a little bit of it. We didn't get to the end of it, but this is pretty much them coming out like champions, ready to go and having fun, having a good time.
No kicking, no biting, no grabbing. No. Fuck that. No holds barred! Hit it. Come on, let's go. What
do you want? Yikes.
Dude, yeah, man, I feel so bad for them. They look like they're there to have fun.
Yeah.
There's like nothing else going through their mind. They know one of them's going to get beat up. They'll be fine with it. They're like, you know what? You got me this round. I'll get you next. And
the more we learn about White Dragon, the more of a scumbag he is.
Oh yeah, no, there's no redeemable features in this guy at all.
No.
I mean, he is a complete dirtbag. I mean, when he's got the whole, like you said, trailer park, betting on his kids on which one's going to win, and then he gets mad at Chris when
calls him a dumb MFer and you killed him.
Yeah, and you can tell which one he favored.
Oh, for sure.
In that whole situation. So it's just a garbage human being.
It was like Boromir and Faramir in the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I like the reference. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. But yeah, so we, that was the flashback. We go back to HQ, and I guess Peacemaker suspects that Abadeo had planted the diary. He has kind of a conversation with Vigilante. Vigilante comes to check on him here back at HQ.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was pretty much, it wasn't even suspected. He knew she did it.
Right.
She was the only one that was in his place outside of Vigilante. And he knew Vigilante didn't do it. But him and Vigilante hanging out all the time before he really knew who he was. And he was hurt because he was like, you know what? It was somebody I started to trust. This was a team that I believed that I was a part of, and vice versa. So when they find out someone like stabbed him in the back, he was devastated.
Oh, for sure. And well, they just caught the press conference on the television. The butterflies in cop skin suits are going to be out after him. They know where he is. So they've got to split from HQ real quick.
And at this point, I mean, they got the cops after him because they actually start to come after the hotel room where Myrn is
Yep.
where Abadeo and Harcourt are.
Judo Master's missing too. He's not
Yeah,
laid
and
up anymore.
no, no, yeah, we find a judo match is going. That
Yeah.
dude's impossible to kill.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
and he's a mean little sob. We're just sitting there eating some cheese puffs outside of outside the Quickie Mart or the
Yep.
Easy Mart or Easy. I don't know. I looked at the name. I
Yeah,
laughed. I
I
was like,
couldn't I couldn't, catch it either, but, yeah, so back at the hotel, yeah, cops are swarming in. Harcourt, she, bangs on Amadeo's, hotel room door, and Harcourt's pissed. She's
yeah,
really
she
mad.
wants to call her out for dropping the journal. I mean, they're going
Yeah,
back because she's about gone. She's about ready to leave. She's packing her crap. She's about to bounce.
right.
And then all this starts going down. And I mean, she comes clean with her. She's like, I'm Amanda Waller's daughter. This
Right.
is what's going on. I'm not cut out for this. I shouldn't be here. This is not what you should be doing.
Yeah.
She even told her what her prior job was, which I don't exactly remember, but it had nothing to do with any of
Oh, she
this.
ran like a dog kennel or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
So it's like she has no reason of being in this line of work, and
Yeah.
she's going to get hurt. And it's almost to the point where Hardcore empathized with her for a minute,
Right.
but she was pissed.
Yeah.
And
She
then and
was.
then Mern busts in. So we gotta go. They're
Yeah.
coming. The dude on the news, that was my inside guy, and he's been corrupted. And
And, he already knows everything. He already knows that, Badeo is Waller's daughter, like, there's no catching him up. He already knows. And they're like, "We don't have time for this right now. We gotta go."
we gotta figure. He's like, "Do you know she's Waller?" Yes.
Yeah.
didn't even mince words. Yes.
Yeah. Back with I almost called him Cena. Back with Peacemaker and Vigilante, they're in the I guess the team truck. They're actually joined by Economist and Eagly, a foursome there. They're like traveling down the road, and White Dragon and his group, I guess they're able to track Chris through his helmets.
This
Like
helmet, which isn't a stretch. Like I can
right.
buy that. That's
Oh, for
something I
sure.
can easily buy. If he's building them, there's got to be a way for him to monitor where he's at all
Yeah.
times.
And not really as a care method, probably just to recover his helmet more than to recover his son.
Yeah, that's probably more. That's probably truer than anything. But
Uh,
I
yeah.
didn't expect White Dragon to be able to fly. Did you expect that?
No, yeah, I did not. I thought maybe super strength with which it looks like he kind of has, but yeah, for
Yeah.
him to be flying through the air, that was unexpected.
So he's like just cruising. They're tracking him, and all of a sudden,
He
they
crashes
get.
right into the truck.
Oh yeah, he just sideswipes him.
Yeah.
And they start tumbling. I'm like, oh, good lord, this isn't going to end well.
That shot was really cool too, with him flying in the air and the truck down on the ground, and you could see he was aiming for it and just like gliding right towards it.
Right towards it.
Yeah, and the truck totally topples over. The four passengers, they're lucky they didn't die in just the crash,
Yeah,
honestly.
exactly.
But yeah, White Dragon, he blows a huge hole through the side of the truck, and they're freaking out. They're like, well, Chris is like, Dad, what are you doing here? He's confused. He doesn't realize that his dad's out to kill him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, then he starts charging up, and he's like, oh, he blasts the hole through the other side.
Yeah,
Basically, the economist takes off, was able to get out, and Peacemaker is coming out. Next thing you know, freaking Vigilante's out there with a gun. He just
uh,
starts lighting into him. He's like, I don't care.
yeah, he's such a good wingman, dude.
He is a psychopath.
He's constantly going after White Dragon. He doesn't care.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
he went for him into prison or jail. Now he's going at him again.
yeah,
And
and this
that's
scene
one dude I
happened so
want to mess
fast.
with.
He what did he do? He tossed a grenade, and it seemed like to explode, I guess, right in between them.
It
So
didn't
it
go far. Yeah. So the shrapnel
yeah.
got them both.
Yeah, so it blew back White Dragon, but it also seemed to blow back, Vigilante quite a bit too. He seemed injured.
Oh, yeah. He was knocked out pretty good. He was good enough to get in the car and then pretty much passed out while he was driving.
Yeah, and then he ends up stealing one of the racist thugs' sedan, one of their car
Yeah.
later to try to get
You
out of
you
there.
mean you left the keys in the car? What? The stupid little jokes.
Oops. We get a small clip. We find out where Judo Master is. He is at this convenience store, and he like a couple guys are rude to him, and he like
Called him leprechaun and
yeah. I assume he kills him. He beat him up pretty bad.
oh yeah, neither of them are moving. So yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure they're both dead or very near death. And
yeah.
then the guy inside was like, thumbs up.
Right. He's constantly eating his Cheetos too. I guess his hot Cheetos.
Yeah, you really. Oh yeah, that's right. I was called back to the episode with Senator Goff.
Yeah, that's right. Back at the hotel, police are like all around. They're busting in. And Mern tells Harcourt and Abadeo to like go. He's going to stay behind, and I guess be kind of a distraction so they can go. And boy, it doesn't end well for Mern.
No, he was lighting them up.
Yeah, he
And
was.
then finally he caught a couple. And then, the Mern butterfly came out and, Golf grabbed them and
Yeah,
pretty much just kind of crushed them and threw them aside. And the other
right.
ones were pissed. Like, hold
Yeah,
on, you just killed him.
yeah. I
Yeah, so they
thought that maybe that was the start of some dissension in the ranks as far as like this goth bug being kind of the leader or the queen of all of them.
yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see how that turns out. Yeah, he ends up dying. What is it? So they'd leave. I guess it was enough of a distraction for the cops to leave. And then Harcourt and Abadeo they go back in there, and basically the butterfly that came out of Mern was able to spend its last moments like just kind of like grasping at Harcourt's finger.
Yeah.
It was
I mean,
very
it was pretty much,
sentimental.
yeah, she held it and it was kind of the last breath and then, it died and they see
Yeah,
Mern dead and then now they're freaking out.
sure.
You
Their
can
leader's
definitely
gone.
see, yeah, you can see it within Harcourt's face. She's freaking out because she doesn't know what to do now. He was the only one that knew what was going on.
Yeah, she's
So
like, "How
they're
do we do this
following his
without
lead.
him?"
Yeah.
He dies, and then we don't have time to catch a breath because right at that moment, Judo Master comes in, and Harcourt and Judo Master get into a
I
brawl.
love that scene.
Yeah, me too.
I loved it when Harcourt was like, you know what? Screw this. We're going.
I
And
know.
we
She's like, "I've had enough of you."
we finally seen that badass Harcourt again that we seen in what episode 1 or 2 at the
Yeah.
bar. When she beat
Yes.
the hell out of that one dude, I don't know why we haven't seen more of that. I wanted more of that in this
Yeah.
episode. If there was anything I wanted more in this show, was actually less Harcourt being a back character, and you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and have her pushed more to the forefront where she was actually a little more engaged.
Yeah, and this episode, because of the circumstances, that happens a lot, her having to take the lead position, so that's at least towards the end here, it seems to be happening, but, yeah, I was right with you, I'm like, because we know how powerful Judo Master is, just seeing him fight
Well,
the way
she
he
he
has.
beat the living crap out of Peacemaker.
Oh, yeah, for sure, so for her to go toe to toe with them, that was, like, impressive. I was like,
Yeah,
"Okay, well, Harcourt's turning it on."
it's about time. I when
Yeah.
when I s- when she walked in and she looked at him and she had that look like, "Let's go. I've had enough."
Yeah,
And
um,
then he finally gets the better of her a little bit, and then basically she just suckered him in.
right.
Because Alfredo behind just hit him with a taser right in the neck and just held it there. It's
Yeah,
like she,
yeah.
enjoyed tasing the hell out of him.
Yeah. Well, you could tell things are getting desperate enough to where Abadeo is starting to be like, a little bit more vicious. Like, if she's going to want to survive this and go back to her wife, like, she's going to have to get into the fight here.
Yeah. And she stepped up.
Yeah, she did.
She strapped those boots on and she went to war. which was
Yeah.
which was fun seeing. All the characters, everyone, even as far as Mern, who died in this episode, their character arc in this only 8 episode show
Yeah.
was done fantastically. Every like moment they had, every moment that Mern had, or Hardcore and Peacemaker have had, or Abade Vigilante, they've all been earned. I didn't feel like they were rushed or something happened to where I was like, I don't know if I buy that yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. The pacing of the story went really well because it's like they left enough of the mystery about these butterflies, kind of the first half of the season, and overall, just like the story arc that progresses, the character arc, and the plot itself through these 8 episodes. It's fun, and by the end of the episode, you're just like, "Oh, come on!" Like, I'm glad that you and I got to like almost kind of binge watch this show instead of having to wait week to week to week.
Oh yeah, definitely after the one where we find out Mern was a butterfly and he had
Yeah,
Albadeo and now outside. Oh, that'd be terrible. I'm like, man, I don't know if I could wait a week.
yeah. So back with Peacemaker, he's realizing that his dad is tracking him through the helmets, and not only the one on his head, but a whole duffel bag full of them. So yeah, he ties what the helmet he's wearing to a raccoon.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was.
That was really funny. Now I thought there was an off chance he put it on Eagly.
Oh yeah, I was thinking
And
that too.
Eagly was flying and they were tracking Eagly as he flew.
Yeah.
I thought maybe. I didn't see a raccoon, but that was great.
Yeah, so they can't seem to track it. This helmet's going all over the place. We see Vigilante. He passes out in driving the car. I think Vigilante might have some sort of like healing factor because this isn't the first time that we've seen Vigilante just like messed up and then he's out for and down for a little bit, and then he kind of pops back up and he's fine.
There's
Um,
something more about Vigilante that we don't know. I
yeah,
mean, think about his toe.
right,
His toe was cut off. I mean, that it could be just a plot hole, but
right,
his toe was almost cut off. He has got the crap blown out of him here.
yeah,
Uh, what? I mean, yeah, like I said, there's many different instances where it's like, what, really?
right, yeah. So, not only did so they think that they're good, right? So like, they think they're good, and Peacemaker and Economist and Eagly, they catch up to this sedan that Vigilante passed out on the side of the road, and then they're driving along, and they're like, okay, we made our escape, only to realize that Vigilante had put the duffel bag full of
All the
helmets in the
helmets
truck.
back in the trunk, and they're all following him again.
Yeah.
I started laughing because I was thinking about the scene where Economist and Eagly were getting in the back seat, where he was pecking his butt trying to get in, or they
Yes.
were fighting in the side. And
Yeah.
then when they pulled over, when Peacemaker figured out that they've got the helmets, they got to get rid of them. He runs
Yeah.
into the woods to throw them,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Ruffle some chips or something." Oh yeah, I'm an eagle babysitter. I know what I'm doing.
Right. Yeah, things got real tense because it's like Peacemaker runs into the woods to toss his duffel bag. We've got Vigilante who's really got to take a pee, and he decides to take his pants off while he
Oh
pees.
my god! Oh, like a 4-year-old just standing there against a tree.
Just butt fully
Oh,
exposed.
an economist walks up, well, crawls up onto him
Yeah.
and looks at him like, what the hell are you doing?"
Well, White Dragon and his thugs come out of the woods and start running. It reminded me of Indiana Jones being chased by the tribe in the beginning of Raiders of the Lost Ark, just like running for his life. Peacemaker was.
And yeah, and then it wasn't good. They caught him.
Yeah.
They got him on the ground. They were beating on him, and I mean, it looked like it looked like it wasn't going to end well for
Right.
him at all. I thought that could have been it. They could have finished the show with no Peacemaker. I wouldn't
He
have
was
been
down on
shocked.
the ground getting beat up real bad until he saw Eagly get smacked down to the ground by his dad, and that was enough fuel to he started beating up the thugs, and he
And he
he
went,
well, he bum rushed his dad.
yeah, he did too.
Yeah.
And they start going and start fighting. Dad pretty much gets him, puts him on the ground with his boot, and he's like pushing him down, getting ready to blast him in his head. And
Yeah.
here comes Vigilante again. Vigilante's timing is he's a hell of a sidekick.
Right.
I mean,
He's
then he goes right for like the electronics in the back of his suit. And he starts pulling him out,
yeah.
and he loses all of his power, which he would have because of the suit. And Chris goes, he gets angry.
Oh,
He
yeah.
he gets angry. He starts
Yeah.
beating the living snot out of him.
Yeah.
And this douchebag, man, just starts laughing at him and telling me he hits like a girl and
Yeah.
just keeps egging him on.
He dares him to shoot because Peacemaker pulls out his pistol, or it might have been White Dragon's pistol. It looked like an old Hauser or something, and, White Dragon is just laughing at him, kinda daring him to do it, and out of the blue, he does it.
He said, "I'll always be here with you."
Yeah.
He's like, "You'll never get rid of me. Even if I don't kill you, you're not getting rid of me." And well, you got rid of him. And then I mean, then you see how broken he really is, how broken Peacemaker really is.
Right.
And this is a little bit of what happened after the fact.
Dude, this is a really weird time to do your face exercises. I mean, I guess you don't get a totally sick, jacked face like yours without dedication, but...
He's crying, asshole.
Oh. Tender, nice touching.
Hey, dude, that's creepy.
Okay.
Hey, dude, that's creepy.
Were you doing your face exercises just then? You can see in that scene, just in that little clip that you showed, like, how the show is, like, equal parts drama and equal parts comedy. I don't know how they're able to mix it so well, where it's like, literally 1 second you see the pain and anguish in Peacemaker, and then the next second you see Vigilante, like, being awkward and stupid and funny, and
Well, it's a cool callback to
yeah,
the episode when he found him in his trailer and he's crying because
right,
when he killed Flag. He keeps on going back to that situation.
yeah,
And then the face exercises and how he's got a perfect face essentially. And then this here. So I like how they connected those two episodes with that. And Economist has kind of been a low-key amazing character in this show.
yeah, yeah, nobody's pulling dead weight, man, like, they're all equal parts, character growth and have their funny moments. It's really balanced out.
Yeah, so I was pretty now. Okay, now let's talk about this real quick. The confrontation between Peacemaker and his dad.
Hmm.
I thought that was so anticlimactic.
Oh, really?
I thought the whole scene of his dad coming in, knocking over the van, it was good, and then him kind of tracking him down. But the build up to that scene, I felt was more than the actual payoff itself.
I think that's fair. Yeah, the kind of the crux of Chris's issues internally has been this relationship with his father. We learn more and more about it this whole season, and it did end kind of abruptly. Like it was a quick ending to that. And then, but I guess I didn't notice because I knew what kind of what a time crunch they were under because we kept getting little hints and instances that these butterflies are gonna, they're doing something with this cow. They need to go kill this cow to like,
Yeah.
continue with their mission. And I know that's where the team was heading towards when they were hit by White Dragon. So I kind of kept moving with the team, but yeah, you're right. Like it was quick. It was a quick.
I mean, from the point where he was flying in to the whole team hunting him, coming after him, what happened to all of his crew? Like,
Right.
where did they go? I mean, yeah, okay, got the crap kicked out of a lot of them, but they weren't dead.
Well, Economist did come in with a machine gun and mow 'em a lot of them down.
Oh, okay, you know what? You're right. I didn't. Okay, that did slip my brain there.
Yeah.
But yeah, economist, go ahead.
Yeah.
Coming all the way back from the tire iron to
Yeah.
a judo master to a machine gun. That's pretty big upgrade.
Yeah, that is
Uh,
pretty good.
yeah, but I remember just feeling a little empty
Yeah.
when that all took place. I was kind of like I wanted more from that. I wanted more back and forth. I didn't want name calling. You know what I mean? I wanted like something more flushed out.
Yeah, you're right. I think this could have been a better moment for Chris to like get these feelings that he's had probably all his life off his chest. And this scene was too quick to do that.
Yeah, because it gave him some like when he was hitting him
Yeah.
and he was complaining at him, kind of yelling at him while he was hitting him.
Right.
And then, his dad kept on laughing at him. Then the whole scene when he was standing up and he didn't think he was going to shoot him. And you can see the O face when he did shoot him. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm nitpicking there, honestly. It was just like everything has been so fantastic in this show leading up to that point.
Right.
That's when I feel like the bar for the rest of the show has been higher, and this here didn't quite achieve what the rest of the show has been.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. So we go back to the other characters, go back to Harcourt and Abadeo. They have a conversation, and Harcourt actually tells Abadeo that she was meant for this, like she is good at the job, which kind of takes Abadeo back a little bit. I don't know if she's felt that way.
Yeah, I mean, it was actually another one of those heart-filled conversations.
Yeah,
It's like, everything to this point has shown me that you belong with us.
right.
That you may not believe you belong with us, but believe it or not, your mom knows you belong with us. And she's
Right.
been trying to get you to work with us. You just haven't thought that you belonged in this world. Now, I don't know if that's a part of, the relationship between her and her wife and, between those two, deciding what's best for them
Yeah.
was why she didn't ever like enter into this line of work. But yeah, I mean, they lived in Gotham. They know danger.
Sure.
So, I mean, why not be in front of it than be collateral damage?
Right.
That's kind of how I look at it. I think she's almost looking at it that way now. And
Yeah.
even her wife, through this episode, realized, okay, she needs to finish what she started here.
Seems
And
to be
then
more and more understanding.
and then we'll go ahead and reevaluate where we are after this is over.
Yeah, and I love that Abadeo decides to just tell her everything, no matter how crazy this whole story is about these alien butterfly invaders. And like, I mean, who would believe that? But apparently, her wife's still on board. So
Well, her wife knows her mother,
true.
and she knows the team that the illegal team being run out of this prison. So it would probably take a lot to surprise her, frankly.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. So Harcourt, she gets a phone call from Economist. Economist tells her where they're at. They all went to a vet like a vet clinic to try to save Eagly, because I mean, you gotta admit, you gotta like assume that Chris like just hauled ass to this vet to try to save his best friend.
Oh, and he was so like broken.
Yeah, he was praying over him. He was
Oh,
crying.
I mean, it went all the way back to the same type of praying that he was doing when he killed his brother on accident
Yeah,
in his
yeah,
bedroom. So once again, I love how they connect, episodes and flashbacks into current things that are happening in the show.
yep.
It's so well rounded.
Yeah, Abadeo comes in and she sees Peacemaker praying and crying over him.
Mhm.
She sees Eagly wake up and actually give him that hug. And we're reminded of through a flashback, they had that conversation in what, like episode 1 or 2,
Yeah,
where she was incredulous. She didn't really believe that, an eagle gave a man a hug.
yeah. She's like BS.
Yeah. And it changes something in her. She's like, maybe this guy, maybe
this is the
there are
sign.
miracles. Yeah, she takes it as a sign. Yeah.
And they go for it. Now Vigilante doesn't know what to do with everybody that's in the vet. He's getting ready to kill all of them, all three of them. He was like the male nurse, the female nurse. I was like, they're nurses. Oh, that sucked to be a male nurse.
Right. All these asides with him, just like them explaining things to him, are really
Like,
funny. He
like, you're
he
such an
reminds me of
idiot.
like Stimpy or something. Like he's
Oh,
so
good
stupid.
lord.
He's so stupid.
Or Pinky.
Yeah, or Pinky, but like deadly. Like
Oh
he's
my
also like
lord.
really deadly. Yeah, they have a conversation. Like they need to move on and still try to complete their mission and destroy this cow thing that the butterflies are getting their
They're,
food source
they're
from.
trying to transport it to a different location. They
Yeah,
gotta get there before that takes place, or
yeah.
this is all over.
Not only transport it, but like teleport it. It seems like
Yes.
they're going to use some sort of like machine to instantaneously just put it somewhere else. And once they do, I mean, that's going to deflate this mission because they're going to have to find it all over again.
Yeah, and then they'll have no inside man anymore.
Yeah.
And then they'll still be a target.
Yeah,
They'll
exactly.
still be coming after them, and then they would have no idea where it would have gone.
Yeah, and they as a team they basically in unison elect Harcourt as their new team leader. They all look at her and they're like, "You've got to be the one."
It's you.
Yeah,
You've always been kind of the number 2, and
right.
now you're number 1.
Yeah. So they head out in the new truck, the new team truck, the vets clinic,
Yes.
mobile truck, right? And they're on their way to this ranch, this barn, and yeah, and on the drive there, Abadeo, she's apologizing to Peacemaker, but he's not really having. Shot here, we actually see the barn set up. We see the people go underground, and we catch a glimpse of this huge alien caterpillar, gross thing that they're milking for the food, and it's so nasty.
Oh, yeah. I see. I was like, oh, know what it reminded me of?
What's that?
In a little bit of a way, from Starship Troopers, the bug
Oh,
that they get out at the end when they
yes.
capture the big like queen bug.
Yep.
It kind of had a little bit of a feeling like that. Not as many eyes, but it just had that same kind of feeling to it.
Yeah. And that's it for episode 7. I mean, we're heading into the finale here. The team's all together. We're down Mern. We got a new team leader in Harcourt. We're down White Dragon. That storyline with his dad seems to be at an end for right now. So yeah, we're gonna head into the finale.
Okay. Well, I think, you know what? Till we see you guys next week. What do you say? You want to, in memory of Mern, we should share a feeling.
Share feeling. See ya.